Welcome to episode number 9. We're not going to be talking about a lot of indie stuff today. We might talk at the very end a little bit about a little bit of industry dealing with the activity we're talking about today. So today we're going to be talking about Abyssal. That's why we have a Gila. The current fit for this Gila is pretty cheap, 480, and there's nothing there that is out of character. Rapid Lights Launchers 2 with Kaldari Navy light missiles. A little bit green with the Republic Fleet large cap battery. Multi-spectrum shield harness. Very basic Pythium C-type. And the Federation Navy just to give us a little bit more speed. And the bottom we have Abyssal control, which is probably not calculated here. But I think I bought this for about 15 million. And these are just standard drone 2 damage amplifiers. Now, let's talk about the Abyssal. So, the Abyssal is, the easiest way to explain it would be if we go to encounters, Abyssal Death Space. Hopefully you haven't been living under a rock. But, like this image is displaying right now, the Abyssal is you create a rift, you go to Abyssal Space, you have 3 rooms, you clear everything in the ads, you get your loot box from each of the rooms, and then you have 20 minutes to come out. You can do this with 1 cruiser for 1 abyssal filament, 2 destroyers like you and your buddy, and two abyssal filaments, or 3 frigates with 3 abyssal filaments. Usually if you're doing a solo frigate room, you're going to be getting similar numbers to a cruiser in when you're talking about rewards, but it is a lot more dangerous. So that's the only difference. Now, we're just going to be doing it here for 1 system because it was a test. This is some of the stuff that I have collected. I did 2 runs. However, it is 67 million, but there's nothing guaranteed. A lot of these stuff is to be sold in market. I think I might have something else in here. Nope, that's it. Okay, so yes, these I took out because yes, the value is at 184. The problem is that to run these sites, each of these sites costs you 13 million is just to run the sites. So these were 2 sites worth, which I got about, let's call it 70 mil, but I did spend 25 mil to make 75. So you are spending a little bit to make a little bit. But you will see some of this stuff I'm actually thinking about using in industry, especially this. But earlier today, and this is the only reason why I'm actually doing this video, is because earlier today I got a great drop. Is it see content, view content? So, this is the other stuff. These I'm not gonna count because these were when I was doing the test. I did get a couple of blueprints, but the big important thing is this. I got the large disintegrator specialist, which right now is selling about 300 mil. And earlier in my testing, I did get a blueprint that sold for 20 million. And is it under the corporate? Probably. See the transactions. I know, there you go. So I did sell the medium damage book for 248 million. So I did invest a little bit, but I basically recovered everything from it. There is though its quality is a little bit low from what you last remember, but there is a lot of stuff in manufacturing that is being done. So I just wanted to explain that. And I did plex one of the accounts. So there's where that went. So we're going to be running only one of these. So we're going to drag it over. We're going to do just one. We're going to put it in our Gila. We're going to double check that our drones are all here. And we do have 10 drones. We are doing the Imperial Navy because I cannot do T2. So if you want to have more information of how to run Abyssals, I strongly recommend you joining Abyssal Lurkers. This is how you spell it. And these guys have been helping a lot. They actually give you some fits, and they guide you in the right direction. Yeah, just like every other chat, you're going to have people that don't help you too much, but just be lenient and you will get some help. All right. So now let's undock. I am going to double check that nothing has heat. The site that we're going to be doing is going to be, I'm going to reload everything. It's going to be electrical. So if you do check my fit, one of the things you're going to see is that it is not cap steady. However, once you do this Abyssal side, you get a storm effect, similar to the storms that happen in OSEC or the winter event that is going on right now. The winter event means that the snow one that is going on right now, you could, the effect for this one is that you could overheat a little bit more. So very similar to that, this Abyssal site is going to have a an effect to your ship, and those drones are actually damaged. So we're going to dock up. We're going to repair those because I do not like going in there with damaged drones. Now, this sites can be a little bit scary. Preemptively, I will pop one of these blue pills to help out in the improved blue pill booster. And if you check the what it does is basically gives you a boost to your shield. So I'm gonna consume one of these. You do not have to consume it just because I'm recording a video and I do not want to be in a position where I could possibly die and lose the ship on the recording. I'm just gonna do it. There are some downsides to this, but the explosive penalty 25%, that's actually pretty bad. We're gonna have to deal with that, right? But we are getting 25% shield boost. So the most damage that is being done is by your drones. So not too worried about the explosion. We are going to repair them. Okay. Now we're gonna go out and we're gonna go into one of these sites. Now you do not want to be doing this in the same spot all the time. I have been doing this in different systems, but like I said, just for this test, we are going to be running in next to Gila, basically. See Gila. But you do want to run them somewhere safe because people can scan down the trays that you leave behind, and when you come out of the Abyssal side, you can actually get gank because Abyssal runners usually are running really good mods or have really good loot. And if gankers find out that you're running Abyssal sites, they can always come gank you. So that's always a possibility. But other than that, we should be fine with what we have. We have our drones, we have our missiles, and we are not cap steady. But once I go in there, I will show you that I am cap steady once I go in there. So let's pop one of these. Well, before I pop it, I do want to tell you that there is more than this, more than electrical, and they all have their own certain buffs and debuffs. So you go from tranquility, calm, agile, fierce, raging, chaotic, and catalysmic. I can't say that word, but however you pronounce this word. So the way to know which one is which is the little marks that they have on top. So this is a T0, T1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5, and then the Tier 6. Obviously, the higher in tier you go, the harder it is, but the more reward there is. There is a lot of fits that you can fly in here, but not everything will be successful. So before you get started, like I said, make sure you do go to, even if it is just to lurk and see what it's all about, to the Abyssal Lurkers. I know that this is another streamer's actual chat, but the information's out there. So just watch some YouTube. Make sure you get familiar to what's going to happen. So this is only my possible 10 run. I am currently not an expert, but I do like to think that I'm very successful for what I'm doing, because I did already make more than $1 billion worth of is just running these sites. So Obviously, the electrical storm is going to be present. This environment is distributed by massive electrical storms that will reduce EM resistance but enhance your ship capacitor recharging. So we know what's going to happen. You do have only 20 minutes to clear these rooms. At the 20-minute mark, you will basically collapse the hull and you will die inside of it. So let's see how long we take. Usually I've been running about 14 minutes. So this video from here on, I'm not going to provide too much information, just basically show the loot. But from here on, I'm just basically going to mute the mic and show you what happens. Okay. Actually, I'm going to run through some of the general things. I was about to mute my mic. See what happened. There is some rooms that I get scared at, and you will definitely see me panicky a little bit. But most of the rooms are fairly safe, especially with a fit and a half. Okay, there's nothing scary here. You do have these loot boxes, like I said, so you're gonna want to orbit this one, at least to get you going, so you can see what direction you're gonna go. Now, I usually go from bigger to smaller because the damage, especially in some of these rooms, can get pretty hairy. And again, just to double check, I am cap stable. And that's the only thing I'm going to show you. Now let's blow some rats up. Now these are giving you EWAR with those slowing you down, the web fires. So you kind of want to get those first. Mostly because they will make you get more damage. And those are what we're going to concentrate on first. And in this first room, I'm actually going to lock this up real quick. Where is the gate? The gate's over there. Can I not lock this up? Okie dokie. Let's go and kill that. And the drones are taking some damage, but we won't really take them in until they get to the structure, just because we only do have 10 of them. So I want to make sure that they get the most out of it. They are going to regain some shield while we're doing the side, so it's perfectly fine for us to be doing this. We're going to blow this thing up, get our loot, and move on to the next box. I do need to work on some of this. So 5 million in loot. Okay, I ran away too far. And let's continue to apply DPS to this ship. Let's loot all. Too far. Can I get closer? Yes, I am. Okay, let's go. And is that one close by? Yes, it is. Let's go get that one. Now the only, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Nope. That's fine. So you don't want to lose too many drones because, like I said, it does hurt. And then we're gonna, hopefully the cycle does not take too long. Okay, we can get there. So we are going to reload our guns, our launchers. They're going to take a little while. That's fine. We're still doing fairly well on time. I like to finish each site with 6 minutes. So if I can do this under 6 minutes, I'll be fine. I still have about 2.5 minutes. Now, you do not have to get the loot, especially if you're running low on time. Like you'll see, if I run into a stronger room or something that I don't think I can take, I will just not get the loot, and I'll just move on to the next room. The priority is that you get as much loot as you can, and you don't get caught by the time. So, like I said, right now I still have plenty of time. Some of these rooms don't give you a lot of loot, but since I am building stuff with this stuff that they're giving me, I need to make sure that I pick up as much as I can in each run. And because the filaments are pretty expensive, so I don't want to lose out on this. Now, there are other filaments that you can definitely use, and they're way cheaper. Like if you're doing fire, the Firestorm, they're extremely cheaper. Now that we clear the whole room, the gate will actually activate. And we're going to return our drones. We don't want to leave them behind. And one of the things you're going to notice is that this one says transfer. So that means that you're going to get transferred to the next hole, or to the next bubble, sorry. And we will go. We do have 9 drones because we did lose one. So in the next room, we're only going to launch new drones, not something that has already been damaged. There's nothing too scary in this room. And as I say that, I'm going to get blasted by these. They are kind of scary though. So you want to handle the bigger ships first. But if something is going to prevent you from being fast, then you go for that first, because that is kind of annoying. But we hopefully, I don't know why I started my rockets. Sorry, my missiles. They were not in range yet. So I'm going to webify by everything in the room. So we are going to try to clear that as soon as possible, because the point of the game is to have speed. The faster you are, the less damage you're going to be taking. In this room, it's not so bad, but in some rooms that if you don't take the webifiers off of you, you basically become a sitting target, especially for those high damage ships. And I am taking some damage. I'm not having to overheat anything, but this is also the effect of the blue pill that we took. Now again, you don't have to take it. The fit works perfectly fine. But even if you do take it, the investment should last you for about 2 sides. Actually, let me see the time. Actually, 3 sides. You get a whole full hour. So you're spending about 2 million per side, plus the filament, which is another 15. Let's call it, so 17. And if every room gets you anywhere from 6 to 10 million, you should be fine. You should make your IS back without a problem. Now we are going to stop it right here just because I want to blow up this one and see if I can make it to the next one. Let's see. Now we're going to go to a new target. We're going to loot out. That's 28 million that I picked up in that one. So, like I said, the IS will come. You just need to keep on running to the next room and the next room. There is, like I said, the possibility of getting the large skill book, which is the large disintegrator, which is for the guns, for the specialists. And those are selling extremely well. 300 mil, and you could do it in under 20 minutes. And I was lucky enough that I did 4 rooms, or 4 sites, sorry. And I managed to get the medium and the large. So with that, there just cover my my Gila in case it blows up, and it cover all the investment I already did. So stuff that I'm continuing to run. Anything else I make is basically all profit. So we are still doing fairly well. We've only wasted about 7.5 minutes. I could actually go for these 2, but because don't want to run the video too long, we're gonna move on to the next room. You want to make sure that you have the drones, because you don't want to forget them, because and again, this does say transfer, so that's why you know that you're still going to another room. So this was room number 2, and we're going into room number 3. Now, most of the time, you don't want to fly directly at the ships, because they do hurt a lot. And the one that you do want to always open is this one. That's why I always shoot for it, and then I figure out whether or not I need to move my direction. These renewing need to die. They need to die as soon as possible, because they do build up more and more DPS on you. So that is one of the things with the Troglavians ones. They do build up. One of the scariest rooms that you can have is a Kikimora or Leshak rooms. Those rooms are kind of scarier, and you have to be a very capable pilot and understand when to overheat for some of those, even with a booster, because I was down to structure. basically when I managed to clear 2 out of the 3 Leshaks, and I was able to save the ship. But other than that, it would have been a very scary event. And I think that run was the run that I ended up getting the expensive loot. Now these little ones, the little frigates, there's no problem here. These will not break my tank. In fact, I'm just gonna have the time to go and look at it. I am getting a reshield, 937 every second. So they're not producing enough DPS to actually be any danger to me. Oh, and these boxes are all super close to me. Nice. We're gonna loot everything except the one that is about 60. That one is a little bit farther away. So in fact, I'm gonna actually lock this one up. I can actually blow that one up already. Loot. Oh yes, that's a good blueprint to find. We're gonna actually go that way. We do have plenty of time. And if you do see, this one says origin conduit, so that means that this is the last room. We're gonna go back to our origin, and we're gonna blow this one up. We just need to hit it once. It's not a big deal. You definitely want to make sure that you're able to see stuff in your overview, because the first time I ran this, I wasn't able to see it. And I know now that there's something here, so if I just click over it, I should be fine. Where are my drones? There you go. That's 2 million. And these are selling 100,000 per sheet that you just saw, the survey scans. Let's go there. And again, I'm not even worried. Tank is holding. Drones are gonna be fine. I have plenty of drones in case they do happen to die. And let's just go and blast it. We're gonna go and pick it up. Now you can carry a MTU in here. It just depends what you want to do. And let's move this stuff around. See how much I made this run. Let's put this back. And there you go. 43 mil. And the room's not done. Oh, I mean, if I could move to it, that would be good. But I do have plenty of time. I have no damage on the field. Nothing else is going on. So let's just see how much I made. In fact, there's 8 minions. I have plenty of time. If you do have that much time left, go ahead and loot everything. You're already here. Don't waste any of the opportunity. Just make, even if it's a little bit of risk. Now, I will tell you that the only one that matters is the first one that you orbit. Because these usually do not give you anything good, but in this case 2 million. And again, I'm using that to build, so I definitely do need it in my case. But you don't have to penny pinch. You can actually move on to another side and utilize your most time efficiency, because that means that if I made 40 something, I think it was 43. If I made 43 in less than 20 minutes, that means that in an hour you're looking into making 120 to 150 if you can run 4 sites. So it's not terribly bad. It's a good time investment, and you're not going to be running into any problems. No wait time. The incursion gives you a lot of wait time, but you always have to make sure that if you're not sure whether or not you should pop a blue pill, just pop the blue pill and we'll see. Since this is just travel, I'm just going to mute myself, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, that was just a waste of time. I didn't know that you could actually get empty boxes. Alright, I'll see you in Heisig. Okay, and we are on. Apparently we're not on a combat timer. I thought we were. Well, that's good to know. Alright, let's go dock up. And the only thing that I'm leaving to talk to you about is how am I turning this abyssal sites into a industrial matter, or that I'm investing into industry in this way. Well, I've got one of these in one of the runs. So I did determine that The input of what I need is way less than what I can actually get out of making this ship. And most of this stuff I either already have on the station that this blueprint is located, or I currently have in another station where I'm doing construction. So the only thing that I'm really grinding is these Chrysalis Isogen 10, and you can still buy them in the market to just expedite the process, because like I've said many times, the investment should also take into effect the time. Like, don't waste too much time. Instead of having your money quicker, I recommend you having the money quicker than letting it sit. I did see the market value of this. This is not correct. In Gila, they're selling about this price. So it is quite a return on the 80-some million. And some of this stuff I'm getting anyways for free. Some of this stuff is selling a lot cheaper than this. So if I can do a little bit of manufacturing, make a little bit of this back, then great. The same thing with this that I just got. If you look at the what is required, it's very little. It's only about 50,000 ISK, and it is selling about 1.8 million. So you're getting a huge return. So if I do all 5 of them, then great. Getting about 9 million, and my estimated cost is about 250,000. So there's a great return there. However, I could also do this, and these are selling for about 4 million, and assume that I am successful and get at least a few more of these. These are 26, and that's 40. So that's about 14 million is just making these. So it's a huge profit there as well. But we will see if these go all the way through manufacturing. For sure that ship is going to be manufactured because it is used a lot. So I know I will sell it. Now I do have more of these that I'm getting every time I run. So these are going to end up in the market. And currently, oh no, that's in the ship. Sorry. There you go. Item hanger. Nope, that's another one that I want to do. Another electrical. Put them here. Let's see what we end up having. Item hanger. We're going to take this out and this out. Everything else should be gotten by doing these sites. So I've made about 100 mil running 3 sites. And like I said before, you are going to be spending a little bit. So if you're buying them for 13 million each of these filaments, so you spend a total of 39 mil to make 106. So you're getting a profit. You're tripling the investment that you're making. And that is about it. And some of these stuff is pretty cool. I could actually make more stuff out of it, and that might end up being the route that I might doing, especially with these BPCs that don't have a price. Might manufacture them just to see how they sell, if there's even a profit there. And that's been all. This video went way too long. This is now a 30-minute video, but I think it's a very good run and showing you what you can do with simple skills. There's nothing in this vid that is really difficult. Since I did run very, very long, I am gonna give a giveaway. If anybody says how many, that's too hard. If you made it here, you leave a comment, you subscribe, and drop your in-game character name, I'll give you 100 million ISK. Or let's call it 100 million. It's about simpler. Okay, the first one to do that will get 100 million. All right. See you in episode number 10.